Alright, welcome to the video. So I wanted to talk about how much effect hit rate Silver Wolf actually need. So if you take a look at the spreadsheet that I have made, this is the formula for the chance to hit the enemy, where you have your base chance and then you have your effect hit rate, and then you also need to consider the enemy effect resistance and the debuff resistance. However, in this video I will only be taking the enemy effect resistance into consideration, because the debuff resistance is pretty situational when it comes to which bosses you are fighting, whereas every enemy in the higher levels will have effect resistance. So let's take a look at Silver Wolf first. We will take a look at her base chances from her skill, ultimate and her talent. You will probably level her up to level 6 for all her abilities, so let's just set them there. And let's start with the skill. As we can see, we have an 80% base chance to add a weakness. So let's just go back here and let's change this one to 80. I forgot to mention about this, but this is pretty much the effect hit rate percentage that you have. And then this one is your chance to hit based on the effect hit rate that you have on the left side, as you can see, right? If we take a look at enemy resistance, this is the Kaching main's website where you can see the details on the enemies. I will leave a link in the description if you want to see as well. But let's take a look at our favorite character, Kafka. If we take a look at her at level 80, I think this is a great point. We can take a look at her at 90 as well, but let's start with 80. At level 80, she has 35% effect resistance. So let's go back here and let's type that in. 35. And as you can see, this changes now. And this one, I will go over this in a moment. But as we can see, this changes. So let's say you have 80% effect hit rate. You will have a 93% chance to hit your skill, which is pretty good, of course, right? But if you want to pretty much guarantee it, you will need to be around 92 or 93% effect hit rate. Now, if you want a exact number, we can go over here, where I will type it in manually. Let's see. So as we can see, I've just changed this. This is basically the same formula, but it's where I have isolated the effect hit rate, so we know how much effect hit rate we need. And as we can see, the exact number for the effect hit rate is going to be 92.3. So if you want a 100% chance to hit your skill, then you need around 92% effect hit rate for the skill at level 6. Now let's make the enemy have 40% resistance. Now this number changes, and as we can see, we now need more effect hit rate because the enemy have a higher effect resistance. So as we can see, we need around 110, which is where a lot of people are saying that you should get Silver Wolf's effect hit rate at, which actually isn't very hard to achieve with a free-to-play light cone. So let's quickly take a look at her ultimate. Her ultimate has a very high base chance actually. At level 6, it has a 92.5% base chance to hit and to decrease the defense. So the base chance is 92.5. And we will leave the enemy resistance at 40. And if we take a look, we only need around 80% effect hit rate to have a guaranteed hit on an enemy with 40% effect resistance, which is very good for the ultimate. But let's just leave this here, right? Let's just mark this one and then go back to the skill that only had 80%. Because if we take a look at where your ultimate have a guaranteed hit, which was 80% effect hit rate, your skill will actually only have a 86% chance to hit, which of course is fine. But this is of course why you need to consider whether you want to go an overcap on the effect hit rate, or are you satisfied with the skill having a 86% chance to hit. It of course really depends, but with the level your base chance of course increases, as we can see, or if we can just take a look. With level your base chance will increase. So later on you will need less effect hit rate for your skill, ultimate and talent, which of course is very good because you can then focus on your damage. So we have got a great hang of this now. I think that we will just quickly take a look at the talent as well. It has a 66% base chance to inflict a bug. So let's go ahead and type in 66. And we will leave the enemy at 40% resistance. As we can see, we need a lot of effect hit rate to actually guarantee the hit on our bug. And if we take a look at the mark that we left before, if you leave your effect hit rate at 80%, then you will have a 71% chance to hit your bug, which actually isn't very great odds in my opinion. But of course the enemy resistance can go down and you will of course have a higher base chance whenever you level up. So it's really up to you whether you want to go for an 80% and make sure your ultimate always hits, or you can go for 110 to make sure your skill always hits, right? Against an enemy with 40% resistance, of course. Because if we take a look again, your ultimate will guarantee to hit at around 110. And I'll just leave a mark here for the ultimate. Or not your ultimate, your skill, sorry. And your ultimate will have it was a 92.3. Your ultimate will have a guaranteed hit at around 80. So it's pretty much up to you whether you want to focus on your ultimate or your skill. As you can see, you are overcapping on the ultimate chance to hit. But in my opinion, the skill is pretty important. 80% is very easy accessible. In my opinion, I would just go for around like 100 to 110 because you will get 80% very easily with a body piece that will give you around 43, I think it is, and then your light coin that will give you 40. So you already have over 80% effect hit rate. And with the substats as well, you can easily get to around 100 or 110. This is what I've typed into the spreadsheets. And this is the formula where we have the base chance and then effect hit rate, then enemy effect resistance, and then the debuff resistance. And this will equate to you hitting your debuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a different video, but I thought that I would just make it because I will try to get silver wolf myself and have always wondered how much effect hit rate that you actually need. I wish you luck on getting silver wolf, and if you're getting Luocha, I wish you luck on there. And if you're skipping and saving for Kahmeeko Blade, I wish you luck on those as well. If you found the video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.